Welcome back to the battlefield. Today's episode, we are hoping to get our invasion of Greece started so that we can start to unify the Hellenic League under the red banner. Even though I guess that's not really red, it's kind of like a maroon, whatever. Anyway, so we're just going to jump in here. We're rotating our forces back from our campaigns against the nomads. Let's see, we've still got a couple of turns before we can get our good siege equipment recruited. Now, let's see who... Okay, so we can actually maybe trade with these guys now that they are a satrapy of Egypt. Yeah, we can definitely trade with those guys now that they're at peace.
Greetings. We are civilized folk.
So we can probably get a payment out of it as
and we will give you an honest answer.
Ooh, we might be able to get a decent chunk of change out of this. Okay, not quite that good though.
There is good in trade. To walk through a market.
Okay, so they wouldn't quite take 8,000. What about 72?
You have served your people well
100.
today. This
Alright, so we've opened up
and the blessing.
an additional trade route. See you guys over here. Yeah, just go ahead and park there and patrol, I guess. Down here, let's see what's going on. If I had to guess, I would say this army would probably beat this army in an auto-resolve. No, they definitely would. They've got... These mercenaries would probably turn the tide. So we do need to keep an eye over here in case this faction declares war on us, but I don't think that's going to happen very soon. Let's see. It would be nice to be able to get the Library of Pergamon and to have the cultural conversion, because the faster you can convert a culture, the faster the growth starts to happen, I think. Loyalty and public order would be nice. Okay, so we've got some really good options in there. I'm not particularly thrilled about any of these because they're just not super necessary right now. Let's see, decrease in cost for agricultural buildings. Yeah, before I would upgrade any of my towns to tier 4, I think I would like to have this research completed. I should probably start getting some stuff in here though, so let's just go that route and see where that takes us. Make sure our spies are making use of themselves. And nobody has leveled up. You guys go ahead and patrol. I probably will just end up disbanding these because their missile damage is going to be so much lower than what I can recruit once I get the level 3 building completed. Okay, so income is good, loyalty is good. This guy's getting close to being old enough that we need to marry him off, but he's not quite there yet, so we'll just end the turn. I also need to end my trade agreement with those barbarians just across this. I'm blanking on what this is called. Whatever. But I don't want to do that until I've got my forces actually like properly in position to go in against them, because I don't want them to run away. I want to be able to try and just deal with them in 1 or 2 turns.
My lord offers
These
you
guys want peace, but I don't care about that right now. I'm also hoping, because this is such a minor faction, that they're not going to have very strong units. Like, it's going to be basically just levy units. Yeah, essentially just Thracian levies. They do have some decent peltas, though. But virtually nothing in the way of cavalry. They won't stand a chance against our pikes. Yeah, that shouldn't be too difficult to compete with. Okay, Funky's fieldmen, right up to the front with you. Go ahead and patrol. It's interesting that it said I could fortify, because we're at the end of our movement range. Okay, 1 more turn until we can recruit the next higher tier of siege equipment. These guys have to just take some more attrition while they're rotating back. I'm gonna have these guys fortify instead of patrol. Okay, I do need to spend some money up there on more buildings, but let me just check and see if there's any other priorities right now. Okay, the other thing I need to think about is disbanding some of these sword units, because I really don't want to have too many of these Thraeus swords. But we'll see about that shortly. For now, it should just be another turn end. I'm going to fortify here on the border. I'm also going to end my trade agreement with these guys.
Come, come, let me hear your
It stinks
talk.
because we'll be losing out on a little bit of
I
money,
have no
but
stomach for the meat
500
or
gold
knife.
per turn isn't that much. That is one thing I kind of wish that Rome 2 did, is I wish it gave you more value from trade. I just feel like the trading, like, it gives you a decent amount of money extra if you're trading with everyone. But, like, I've been playing Total War Empire, and it's like 50% of my income per turn is from trade, rather than just taxes. And so it's kind of interesting to actually have to pay more attention to diplomacy and trade routes and not being raided and all of that stuff. But alright. Okay, we're not moving any of our spies, so I don't need to check them for a couple of turns. And then what I was going to do is look up here at construction. So we could do with some extra food. I want to be able to start taxing this place. I think I can start taxing it now, because our public order will stay increasing. We'll go ahead and get more food, or you know what, we'll just do all of them. Why not? We've got the money. Why not? And then real quick, I am at war with the Scythians and that African tribe. These guys are basically gone, so the war with the Scythians no longer really has much of an impact on anything. I do need to start looking at what is going on over here. I don't like that these guys are so friendly with Rome. Just because it means there's a really pretty high chance that Rome will declare war on me once I go to war with them. But I think we'll be okay, because I suspect Rome, you know what, I'm actually going to send a spy over here, because I don't think these guys are going to move too much. I'm going to send a spy over here and check on Rome. So we got another 6 turns before we can declare war on these guys, without diplomatic penalties anyway, so let's go scout out what Rome is doing. Alright, and that's plenty for this turn. Now, I would be okay with these guys just declaring war on me, because if they declare war on me before the 6 turns are up, it doesn't really matter. It won't hurt me diplomatically. Okay, there's our sea attrition. Alright, so we can go from 200 missile damage up to 245 missile damage. So yeah, it's definitely not worth hanging on to these units anymore. They actually lost some veterancy, what the heck? Because these guys were rank 7. Interesting. Go ahead and just disband this guy now. Don't really need him anymore. Okay, now let's rotate Grumpy's guard down through to Asia and see if we can get some better recruitment options. I think we could pick up another unit of these Galatian Chosen Swords. So let's do that. Once I get through to Asia, I'll go ahead and disband some of these swordsmen. Well, we'll see. It depends on what I've got available. Get you guys up here and fortified. Want to be all the way up at full strength before we go in on this. I should probably replace this unit as well, but whatever. They'll be alright.
We hunger for battle.
Some extra bonus for the cavalry in our pike army is a good thing. And you know what? I can actually swap out those mercenary knights for some higher quality. Well, let's see. How do they compare? 10, 15, 50, 29 versus 16, 6. So they have way better melee defense. But I mean, I like native units. I like to have troops from my faction. Oh, and you know what? I could even get these guys. Their attack is worse, their defense is better. A little surprised their weapon bonus is down. But their bonus versus cavalry is really what just sold me on those guys. Because in this army, the cavalry exists to quickly defeat enemy cavalry and then mop up skirmishers. Because our front line usually should be strong enough to hold out against pretty much anything. Okay, over here. Wealth from all sources versus wealth from culture. What the heck. Probably be able to get both of them anyway. Nope, not quite. Let's see. May as well go for the goldsmith.
My wits and words are yours.
Okay, you, public order isn't as much of a critical issue anymore. So let's keep doing, well, unit replenishment doesn't really help. It was mostly the recruitment that I wanted for these guys. Whatever, we'll go with the research rate and -9 banditry, I suppose. A quick check on loyalty. So we are starting to lose some loyalty there, but that's okay. We need to start regaining some influence. So this guy's got plenty by now. What I really ought to do is swap his aged retainer out and give it to her so that she can start gaining some influence. I don't really need to send her off on a mission anywhere. So let's see, let's just go ahead and have her send a gift to the royal Philoi, and then we can end the turn. Okay, now on this next turn I want to do a little bit more playing around with diplomacy, just see if there's any other options with the Athenians and the Spartans. I would very much like to confederate them, given that I have created the Hellenic League anyway. But if push comes to shove, I will happily conquer them. Now Rome did have an army over here. Did it just move this direction? Did it just move back out into the sea? I wasn't paying enough attention.
I respectfully ask for an attack on these people.
I respectfully ask for you to just go away. Go ahead and we'll do, let's see, which one is the one that spreads my culture to neighboring provinces? Yeah, so let's do that one, because I want to start kind of converting these over to Hellenic culture now. It's interesting that Pella is mostly Latin. Okay, let's go see if we can find that Roman army, and then let's play around with some diplomacy. Wait a minute. That's not new, never mind. I do want to check it out, though. Okay, nothing major there.
As you command.
Let's see. Things are fine over here. I don't think I need to make any changes. Go ahead and upgrade that now. I would like it if you stayed away from my noble. Yeah, I'm actually going to undeploy and just go away from him because I don't want him to randomly assassinate my guy. Alright, oh good, and we have a population surplus too. And plenty of construction getting completed. Okay, so I'll have to do some provincial checks here. It might be a good idea to hold off on this, or hold off on expanding this city, because then I can expand the provincial capital. But whatever. You know what, why not? Let's go with this building, because then we can get an extra 800 wealth per turn. I might regret that in the near future, but whatever. I could also probably convert this. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why I have a Temple of Zeus here. Let's actually convert that over to the Grove of Nymphs. Maybe? Or is there one that gives me a recruitment bonus? So that one, that's really not that big of a benefit. Just the +1 experience rank for spear recruits. So I'll just convert it over to this and get the population boost instead. Alright, you guys finished recruiting your extra unit. So let's see what options you have in the mainland. Pergamon companions, Ephesian pikemen. I don't really care to get Ephesian pikemen in this army. We don't really have access to any good archers, except for the heavy Scythian archers we hired. Could pick up one mercenary Cretan. Do you know what? Can I hire Cretan archers down here? Why don't we take a look? I don't think I can. Well, I guess I could just... I mean, I don't even have the building for it, but... Unlocks recruitment of... these guys. Okay. So let's go ahead and... just chill out here for a minute. We'll definitely pick up some of those archers, but we have to wait for another 4 turns. In the meantime, I'm actually going to pop these guys across and disband the troops into Nicomedia so that Nicomedia can get the population. We've got plenty of population there, but that can disappear really, really fast once we start fighting a lot of battles. Okay, diplomacy. Athens.
May Hermes bless us both with skillful tongues
Why don't
that we
you
may
love
speak
me?
our parts well, and so reach agreement.
If I do all of that and join your war. Maybe. Okay, let's check with Sparta before we do that, because that's still probably not even going to go through. Sparta,
Welcome.
you're not at war with anyone.
In a spirit of Olympian hospitality, I welcome you and will listen with
If
care.
I just give you all of my gold. God damn it, come on, Sparta.
While your rhetoric is sound,
What can I do?
the substance of your offer is sadly lacking. We cannot agree.
Maybe I can ask them
May
to join
Hermes
one of my
bless us
wars.
both with skillful tongues that we may speak our parts well.
But they just don't really care. I guess that's what we'll do, is when we go fighting in here, we'll try and bring Sparta and Athens in on the war, and then hopefully that'll make them like us more. Enough that we can actually confederate. And you know what, I'm not even gonna make that offer to Athens. They don't deserve it. Not yet. Let's see, how many more turns until our penalty is lifted? Shouldn't it just be like 5?
Come, let me hear your talk. I
Oh,
warn
only
you,
1.
I have no stomach for the meek or not.
Well, that went fast. Well, let's go ahead and actually wander over here and do some raiding and see if we can get them to declare war on us. Because that way we're also just making a little extra money. We don't need to be friends with them anyway. Not anymore. Yeah, we can kind of use, like, I don't want Grumpy's Guard to just be a reserve force, but for now we can kind of use them as a reserve force. What we'll probably do is send the pikemen to take Anthea, and we will send this army with Grumpy's Guard up to take Pulpideva. In the meantime, Galatia has finally got public order in the positive. I really need more growth here. Well, whatever. Let's see, are there any other provincial things I need to take care of real quick before I end the turn? What was that? Syria. Syria is fine on public order, they're fine on food, they're pretty good on banditry. Let's go ahead and upgrade that anyway. I could upgrade this. We are going to need the extra food. That's quite a public order penalty, but I think we can handle it, so we should be fine to do that. Okay, now public order is actually a little bit too high in Pergamon, but that could change real quick once this dignitary gets old and dies, and once we have an army out of the region, so I'm not going to swap any buildings out here just yet. We have maybe a little bit too much food, so I might swap this over to a trading port. And then this dude needs to get married at some point. He's probably going to be our next general, I think. Attack skill for swords or attack skill for spears? We could go pretty heavy on the spears here. Yeah, let's give this a spear army. And I'm actually gonna just go ahead and recruit him down here now. I should have looked at his name first. Nikomachos. I don't know if the ch sound would be in the Greek language. I just have no idea. Oh, we actually could reinstate a legacy. Let's see, what did this army already have? Bonuses for sieging, that's not great. Okay. Okay, so we can build these guys for pike and hoplite units. But we're going to wait until we get the Cretan archers. Alright. Will they declare war on me, or am I going to have to start things off? What do you think?
Will you not look to the future and attack these people? Divine Pharaoh sees danger in them.
Yeah, I've got my own plans, Egypt. Just getting myself a drink poured. Alright. So they did not declare war on us, which means we get to kick things off. That also means I could take an extra couple of turns to like really lock them in place. I'll go ahead and do this one, but I think I'll let the rest of this kind of settle down before I upgrade it any further. You... Let's see. So I mean, we don't really have better sword options, so I don't know if there's much point in me disbanding these sword units. Like, I want better, more elite troops, but we just don't really have better options right now. I can disband this and swap it out for better artillery, though.
Make haste, men.
Do you know what? With these guys, I may actually get one of these. Let's see. I like the higher missile damage and the higher range. I don't mind the slower rate of fire. So let's go with that, because those can be really, really useful in field battles. And like taking minor settlements. I'm still waiting on a couple of turns for that to change. Alright, so let's see here. What would Rome do if I declared war on these guys? Would Rome care? Or I'm not even declaring war on these guys yet, never mind. Okay, these guys don't have an alliance with anyone. Who likes them? Just their immediate neighbors. Screw it, let's go for
My
it.
time is better spent feasting and hunting than listening. So be quick with your chattering.
Let's call Sparta to help and see if Sparta joins. I really, really hope they do. Good. Sparta actually has 2 pretty much full stacks. It drives me crazy that the AI can afford that out of 1 settlement. Like, there's no way I could afford 2 full stacks with that. No way. But, you know, the AI is allowed to have some cheats, that's okay.
Commander.
Let's come over here and just see what the balance of power looks like. So it is abysmal. I think these guys have javelins, so that's not good. But none of these guys do. All of those guys do. So our main concern here would actually be just the sheer weight of javelins being thrown at us. Because they only have 1 unit of cavalry, so I could actually take out their archers pretty easily. These skirmishers are really dangerous against pikemen, though, because they can do such high damage. I do have a lot of cav, though. Of course, the other option is I could just bring these guys in immediately, but I kind of want these guys to... But you know what, let's actually... Yeah, let's just go sit here. We're close enough to reinforce. If we were to launch an attack like this, obviously those odds look much more reasonable. But I don't really want to use these guys in a battle here because I want them at full strength for the battle at Pulpadeva. So I'm just putting them next to them so that they don't sally out against me this turn. Okay. Don't think there's anything else we need to do. Wait a minute. These guys, okay. Yeah, you guys can just go ahead and keep raiding. Because I don't think they'll sally out while I'm raiding. And you know what? I'm just going to check with Sparta just in case all of a sudden they like me more.
I give you welcome. Let Zeus and all the gods smile upon our meeting.
I doubt anything's changed.
Oh! You speak with wisdom and grace.
Crap! That was actually probably a really bad idea. My income actually went up. Oh, that's why they could afford it. They're garbage armies. Spartan light hoplites are actually incredibly good. Oh wait, they're not nearly as fast as what I was expecting. It's these guys that are the fast ones, because they can actually catch up with missile units. Alright. So let's see here. I don't care for pretty much any of these units at all. But the extra numbers could come in handy. Definitely get rid of these guys. These guys are not particularly good in my experience.
Ready for orders.
Wait, if I were to recruit a general here, could I get a Spartan bodyguard? No, I could get Rhodians, but not Spartans. That, oh man, that'd be so cool if I could get the Spartan Royal Guard.
Ready for orders.
Alright, let's see. Don't really care for these guys. We'll just disband about half of these armies. Realistically, I should just merge them at this point, but then I would lose out on one of these bodyguard units, and I'd rather not do that. And the nice thing is, this means I can recruit Cretan archers from there. So I'm going to send you up this way. I should have military access with Athens. I would need military access with Rome.
For the Senate's
I do
part,
have military
be
access
welcome.
with Rome already.
I listen.
Do you know what? Maybe I should just disband both of these armies completely.
For battle.
Because I can't replace most of these units. That's the only thing that's giving me some hesitation, is that I can't really replace them. I can replace these guys though, so let's disband them. Of course, I guess these guys aren't that great anyway, so I don't know if they're really worth keeping. Whatever. I just want my income back up.
We hunger for battle.
I can actually just disband this guy now. Because instead of him being the next general to recruit the Cretans and have an army come up here, I'll just have one of these guys do it. How old are these guys? 58
Ready for orders.
and 42. Okay, so they've got some time left. Yeah, I'll have to get this guy back on land and then disband him. Alright, well, the only other question about this turn is, should I launch that attack or should I wait it out for another turn? And I think I should wait for another turn. Please don't declare war. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm gonna need all hands on deck and 100% focus for when I declare war on Rome, so I really hope they don't declare war on me at any time. Because basically, I'm thinking that the best way to beat Rome is to take so many cities so fast that they just don't really know where to attack. Because Rome has essentially infinite armies. Yeah, let's go ahead and accept that because we need the influence.
We hunger for battle. Ready for battle.
I actually didn't make as much money as the game said we would, so that's a little unfortunate.
The way is blocked.
Okay, good. If we can catch an army out in the field, that is a good thing. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do.
March. We hunger for battle.
Take these guys on out in the open field. The more decisively we can get rid of them, the better. We only have 3 units of cavalry, and they have a lot of skirmishers. But whatever, it shouldn't be too bad. I think I'll just have to focus my artillery on some of those peltasts, maybe. Although, you know what? Peltasts, you can usually actually catch them if you just charge at them. At least the medium ones. So maybe I won't shoot at them, I'll just shoot at the archers. I don't know, we'll see. We can fight in the rain, that's fine. Now since they have more missiles, but we have the range advantage, at least to start, I would rather deploy as far back as possible, just to hopefully get an extra volley or two. Okay, and since we do have to load our siege equipment before we can fire it, I think that'll be fine. But of course we do need to keep guys in the front line.
Axe warriors.
Keep a few sacrificial units up here.
Missiles
I'm
ready.
fully expecting them to die. But then the rest of these guys
Swords.
can focus on... You know what? I don't need that many units on the flank. Let's just get a good solid front line. And then we can use just a couple of these guys for each flank. We'll use 2 over here and 1 over here.
Lancers! Battle ready!
We can support it like this with the cavalry. Go ahead and let that first shot hit infantry. Another thing I should actually do is move my archers forward and get a shot right when they close in. Let's actually choke up a little bit here.
Missile warriors!
These guys have incredible range. For a bow unit, that is insane. Okay, shoot their bowmen. You can go ahead and hit the peltasts. Yeah, if we could wipe out a whole unit before they even fire a shot, that'd be cool. I don't think it's gonna happen though. I mean, that's some pretty severe damage though. Ooh, I did not establish my line very well. Okay, time for the archers to drop back. They have enough range that they can still do their thing. Let's get the cavalry involved.
As you command. At your service.
It's interesting that they turned like this. Okay, at this point we can just go ahead and charge them.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Oops, no. Throw them over there. Okay, I don't want to get too aggressive over there. Archers, I want you to be shooting at good targets. Tell the artillery to not fire at will anymore.
Axe warriors! What are your orders? Axe warriors! Cruppers ready! Axe warriors! General!
Okay, start wrapping them up. Artillery, go ahead and just stop firing. You guys go ahead and chase off the peltasts. Archers have probably melted whatever they were shooting at. Hit the general, I guess. Oops. Didn't mean to get the general in that. Okay, you guys keep chasing. They have no spears or anything in here, so we can go ahead and charge the cavalry in. Front line's looking a little bit weak right here, but they should be able to hold out just fine. I don't want these guys throwing javelins into our own units. Okay, the cavalry made it into the peltasts. They'll still last for a little while, but not too long. Okay, our swords are cutting them down pretty quick. We need some help here in the middle. Yeah, our guys in the middle are losing pretty bad. So we can wrap that up real quick. Archers, go ahead and stop. Nope, don't stop. Shoot into that. Okay, you guys charge the general. You guys come around here and get into the back of this.
The battle is turning in our favor.
I need to chase down as many of these units as I can as well, so they don't get away. Okay, you guys are, yeah, whatever. They're pretty much out of
One of
ammo.
our units has used all its ammunition.
Oops, didn't need to double click there. let's just make sure we chase down as many of them as we can. Oh, we need to get a unit of cavalry over here. That's a lot of guys. Not the general, though. This guy. We can actually send our light troops to try and chase some stuff down. It looks like the general has basically dealt with that unit. Is there anything else up here he can chase? Not really. Make sure all the cavalry is running. Thracian militia, there's no need to chase that down when it's such a small unit. Unfortunately, these guys did get away. Didn't quite catch them. Well, we caught a couple of them. Look at these guys go. Alright. We didn't even do that much friendly fire either. I was expecting a lot more given that we were actually doing a lot of shooting. General getting a huge amount of kills, that's good. Yeah, and we basically entirely trashed that army. Very low casualties. We may be able to take that next settlement with just this current army, because all they should have left over there is a garrison and maybe a couple of units. So what I'm thinking is we'll start the next episode. I'll probably end this one just a little bit short. We'll start the next episode by launching the attack on that other city. These guys aren't allies with anyone, they're not at war with anyone else, so I feel like I may as well just release them, because I need to rebuild my treasury after purchasing Sparta.
Ready for battle.
Let's go ahead and finish them off.
Advance.
Hopefully these guys don't randomly decide to join the war against us. Let's get you on land, disband you. It was stupid of me to hire him. I should have waited another couple of turns and then I would have had a better plan. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to build either of these because we are not Sparta, so we'll just build that. We're gonna need more food though. So let's actually not build that yet. Public order's fine. So let's convert this over to a fishing port, and then we can start getting ready to build Sparta up some more.
Commander. Ready for orders.
Alright, so yeah, I think I'll end this episode here,
Ready
and
for
we'll pick
orders.
up the next
For
one
death and honor.
with this oversized battle. Since it is basically just like militia troops, I really don't think I need both armies, but I am a bit concerned about the number of missiles they have. So anyway, we'll end this one here and see you guys in the next one.